Hello. Welcome back to episode 3 of me going through my upcoming album. Today we're looking at a track called Alarm, which is kind of exciting for me because this came out very early on in the year. And I haven't looked back at the file for this for quite some time. So it'll be interesting to see sort of where my head was at when I was making this, like 8 months ago. So that will be fun. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, tell your friends, check out the merch below. Pre-save We're Located, coming out December 15th, and also pre-save the album. So let's dive right into the show. So as you can already tell, this one is very different. So when I was making this track, I had a reference track which I've removed. And so that's where a lot of these time markers have come into it, because I was sort of using that as a way to try structuring my stuff a bit more. So yeah, this was definitely more of a trying something different for my sort of style. Yeah, okay, interesting. All right, let's go top down. So MIDI. Oh, okay, so this MIDI section, it looks like is all my frozen tracks, and then I've bounced them out into all the audio that we see down here. So all the things that say freeze. I remember this now. So that's, you don't need any of that. I don't think any of that is unmuted. Oh, if I go back to this, yeah, none of that's muted. All of that is muted, I should say. Anyways, let's look at this first one here. So just a couple of little trumpets, because I found that when I was making this, I was really in the low end, so a lot of bass heavy stuff. And so when I wanted to get to sort of the more chorusy built up bits, I wanted something to sit up there. So that's where the trumpets come in. And a lot of my older stuff as well, older music, I used a lot of orchestral sort of stuff. So that's, yeah, trumpets, horns sections, string sections, because I came from a jazz background, I guess you could say. So I played piano and trombone growing up, so that's sort of what I learnt. And then coming into electronic dance music, I was kind of like, I want to implement my past into my current music in a way. And so that's sort of where that's come into it, and that's sort of gone to the wayside a bit with this album. I think this track is the only one where I added in horns through MIDI sort of stuff. Interlude has a bit of guitar work, which we'll get to. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think the rest of it is pretty empty of that sort of stuff. So maybe that's something I'll go back to for future work. We'll see how it goes. But let's get going into it. Let's have a look at the lead, shall we? So real just like stabby sound there. And I think that's where I sort of came up with the idea for the trumpets, because it sounded like a trumpet that had been like put through filters and that sort of thing. So I was like, oh, that's like a cool connection. So I think here, yeah, that sounds almost like a French horn kind of thing. So that's where that sort of blended it there, which I think that was like pitched down 2 octaves or something. It was like as low as I could go before it just sounded like really just warped and just distorted and yuck. And then this one here, oh, let me expand that so I can see where we're going. Oh, yeah. So this is, as you can see here, alternate drop. So I wanted to bring in something new to keep it fresh, because this is the longest track on the album. Because I do fall into the habit of making short stuff and being like, it sounds repetitive if I keep extending it out, so I'll stop there. So I wanted to sort of push myself here a little bit and continue the elements of the song, but not feel too repetitive. So this is where this sort of came in. And I think the most this has on it is a flanger. Yeah, so there's a flanger that sort of comes up and down in terms of the dry wet on it. So that just sort of gives it some variation. And then this one here is just like a big choir sound. But why that says bass loop? Not 100% sure. Interesting. That one also says bass loop. Weird. Not sure why that is. Anyways. Moving along. So this song is the first time I've ever released vocals clearly in a track. There was another song that I released vocals on, but it's so buried in the mix that you can't even tell that I'm there in parts of it. Go have a little scavenger hunt and guess which that one is. Teehee. Little hint, it's on the previous album, same. Oh, the birds are so loud today. Anyways, so raise the alarm. That's just my voice saying raise the alarm. So here's the roar. Raise the alarm. As you can see, I've chucked a little bit of compressor and effects on that just to sort of computerize it a little bit. I think this is raise the alarm. That was I said that's auto-tuned, but I don't have auto-tune on the line. Maybe I got rid of the auto-tune now that I think about it. And that was originally going to be it, and it wasn't quite working. And then this is just a woo effect, so that's not my voice. Sorry, everyone. And then this warning. Imminent. Warning. Destruction imminent. There's just another little one there. I think this one here is from a Vital preset. So if you don't know what Vital is, I spoke about it in the last episode, which you can check out here. Vital is a synthesizer that I use a lot. So if you're familiar with ones like Serum, Vital is the one that I use. There's a free version of it, and the paid one just gives you more presets that you can use. But the free one gives you a text-to-speech program. And I think that's what I use for this, and it's really quite powerful. It's literally you just type in what you want it to say, and it can spit out the words in a couple of different options. I just grabbed a little snippet from that and chucked that in there. And then we got one more little vocal bit here. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. So this was from, I made a call out on Threads just for someone to add in this little bit here. And this is the one that I sort of picked for the track. And it's just, if we play that, we'll play the whole thing later. But yeah, this is sort of like a little breakdown section that sort of like everything's going wrong and is about to blow up kind of thing. And then we'll go next to the pluck. So that's the main thing here throughout the track. And then just has a little couple of effects come in there during build-ups and that sort of thing. So yeah, I've layered a couple of different things to sort of do the main lead. So it's just like the real fun stuff. And then the bass. I've got 3 layers of bass. Damn, I was crazy on this one. So I've got the sub bass, a top bass, and then I'm not 100% sure what I've done here. Oh, I think maybe the mids were playing a bit up when I was making it, and I just wanted to sort of isolate them so I could program them differently in the mix from memory. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then this alarm here, this is a big breakdown bit. So this is the Hoover alarm kind of sound. That drop goes there with the warning and the oh my God, we're gonna die section. And then we've got the drums. Which is, just real crunchy sort of stuff, which I quite like. I think other than a couple of variations in it, I'm pretty sure it's consistent throughout. Drop extras. There's this one here. Ah, yeah. See, like I said, some of this stuff I completely forgot I actually put in the track until I isolate them in the mix. Which will be interesting to listen back to the whole song and hear like all the different sections that I forgot about now. And then we just got a couple of different rises. And then this one here sort of on layer, and then, but then fills in the gap before the drop. It's just those two throughout. Then we've got this little one here. It's kind of like a backwards recordy spin kind of thing. Here's more Hoover alarm. Got two different types of alarms. A lot of alarms. Look, distant, alarm high. Here we go, another one. Doesn't sound like an alarm at all. And then I've just got some laser stuff going on. And then this is just that bit extended out kind of deal. And then that's everything in a quick breakdown. We've also got a small verb there. We've got supermassive. I think that's both supermassive. Yeah, and that's just doing two different things. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps coming up. It's default in supermassive, even though you can see that they're... Oh, now it's come up with synth ensemble. Weird. Maybe it's just a visual bug. And then another verb there. And then that's everything, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this one was really fun to make from memory because putting my own vocals in was really scary. I'm not confident in my voice at all, as most producers are. So yeah, I think that's why I went really heavy with sort of like the distortion robotic effect on it to sort of mask that. But you know, I might chuck vocals in future now that I'm more confident with it. But yeah, so if we do that drop bit. Oh, I'm still muted. So this is a fake build up into...
Extraction imminent. Extraction imminent. Release it alone. Oh my god, we're all gonna die.
Which, I don't know, it's just a bit of fun. Well, it's all a bit of fun. But that's the version that came out earlier this year. And I say that because there's a part 2 to this. So just give me one moment and I'll load up the second file. Welcome back. As you can see here, we're at file 2. And you might be wondering, wow, this looks very empty. It's because this is the full track here that I've chucked in. And so for this, I wanted to change up the context of the song a bit. So the way I perceived it with the original version, it was from the perspective of someone who is, you know, experiencing this world-ending catastrophe and it's like freaking out about it. But now with the recontextualized in the album, I've changed it up a bit. So we've only got 3 extra lines in it, and I hope this sort of conveys it to the audience. So this is a vital preset again. That's a phone noise, which is really cool because this is all within the one synthesizer preset that's been made by Vinyl. So each of these different notes is a different key press, and then there's one to have a ringtone, which I think is crazy to have built in. And then this one here is just a phone pickup, and at the end here it's just someone putting it down, and this one is lines dead kind of thing. And I've just got this little vocal snippet here.
It is time.
And the thought behind this was it kind of retextualizes the song, so rather than it's someone who wasn't aware of what's going on and is freaking out, it's now from the perspective of someone who has made the call for this to happen. And so the "we're all gonna die" is more, not so much of a "I'm scared of this," it's like, I can't believe we've done this kind of thing. And then yeah, the line going down at the end is everything's gone. But yeah, I hope when you listen to both versions, you kind of hear that difference and feel that. But yeah, that is Alarm. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. I know this has been a bit of a long one, but there's been a bit to get through. As said before, like, subscribe, check out the merch, check out the pre-saves, check out, I don't know. Let me try that one again. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out links below for merch, for pre-saves. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment below what you do want to see, what you don't want to see in future. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to charge your phone. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, what is the next one, you may be asking? The next track is called Interlude. Wow. Which I'm kind of excited by, and it'll be a pretty short episode because I don't think there's much to go through, but we'll see how long I can ramble for. But yeah, it'll be fun. Bye.